The following program is brought to you by Naleo TV, the people's platform.
Aloha. Welcome to it. Coulda, shoulda, woulda. For week number 5 gone, week number 6 coming up, and episode number 65. Thank you very much for tuning in. As always, before we get started, sports at naleo.tv. Any questions, comments, whatever you'd like to send on in, we're happy to read it and expound on it if it's something that goes right along with the show. And believe you me, you should not have a hard time finding something that you want to talk about because the NFL is not lacking for the word content. We hear that a lot these days.
What a week. What a week 5. So,
Well, I managed
I'll do my
to
best.
Score a 4 out of 5 on my picks.
you did really well.
This past
and
week.
you didn't take easy ones either. You took some risks, which
Yeah.
means I was probably not doing so well. But I enjoyed the games nonetheless.
Well, one that we both selected because they were the monster, the beast.
Oh my God, right?
And the beast has been slayed.
Yep.
The Eagles finally go down in defeat for the first time.
Yeah, tight defeat. Another close game for them, right? I mean, like, they just can't get away from these things.
Last time they lost was 3 days before Christmas last year.
True story, right? They don't know this feeling. They don't like this feeling.
Boy, 10 straight wins, but wow, what happened to them? The first half, they got it well in hand. I'm watching ball game.
Yeah, I agree.
This is pretty much Broncos will come back a little bit and make a game of it in the second half, but Philadelphia's going to put this away pretty quick, boy. My gosh.
Yeah.
What happened? Now, one of the big things, and we'll talk more about it as well, but rushing. What happened to the Philadelphia rushing game? 11 rushing plays
Yep.
total
Looking at that.
for the game.
For 45 yards.
Saquon, how many carries?
Just
6. What is going on there?
Well, that reminds me, I'm going to go back in history a little bit. That big game the Ravens are in the AFC Championship, and Derrick Henry ran the ball 6 times, and you lost your mind. Ooh, what are you doing? 6 times?
What?
Are they trying to overcompensate? Is A.J. Brown really that frustrated that there was some need to target him? They targeted A.J. Brown 8 times, but that doesn't, I don't see how that would change the game plan so much where Saquon's not getting at least 15 rushes. Somehow, some way, squeezing those rushes in there. I don't know. I mean,
Now, granted, they have some offensive lineman problems, but
They
what
do.
team doesn't? But, I mean, here you go. You're ahead at the half, and, boy, Bo Nix comes out and, wow. The Broncos entered Sunday with 1 win and 112 losses when trailing by 14 or more points. Yikes.
yeah.
Well, now they're 2 and 1 and 112.
I'm going to say that the Eagles didn't play their best game, obviously, and I'm going to give most of the credit and even the lack of rushing attempts, let alone rushing success, to the fact that the Broncos put out a really premier defense. It
Yes.
doesn't show up every
Yes.
week as like just stifling old school, like, you get nothing kind of defense. But game planning wise for the Eagles, which, they haven't really shown a consistent game plan for success. They did a terrific job at game planning. Held them to 2 of 11 on third downs for the Eagles. That's going to slow you down. I'm thinking a lot of those third downs weren't obviously 0 for 0 on fourth down. So no tush push. You don't even get to try one.
Not even. Okay, on the 3 drives Philadelphia had with the lead in the second half, to your point, the defense for the Broncos.
Yeah.
The Eagles had 5 plays, 1 first down.
Yeah.
Had to punt the ball away after getting 23 yards. The next time they had the ball, 3 plays, minus 16 yards, punt the ball away. The next time they had the ball, 3 plays, minus 6 yards, punt the ball away.
Yeah. Yep.
That is a fantastic defense, boy.
It is terrific defense. It was a really important game for the Broncos. It gives them a lot of credibility moving forward. With the other factors in that division, losses that occurred too early in the season, massive win for the Broncos. And again, it just kind of settles everything out now too. Like all the monsters died on Sunday, and so the Eagles are one of them. And now it's kind of settling out now going into week 6. It's not wide open.
It was the best on best, okay?
Yeah.
Philadelphia best in the red zone so far this season, okay? Touchdowns on all 11 red zone trips. On the other hand, Denver's defense, just 3 touchdowns in 13 red zone trips defended.
Yeah.
So they split.
Yeah.
Sounds
Boy,
about
I'll tell
right,
you.
man.
Yep.
Now, at the very end of the ball game, wow. 2-yard line, there's a pass. Philadelphia, I thought it was pass interference at the 2-yard line. Didn't call anything.
Didn't call it. No, didn't get it.
And again,
No.
15 answered. That's the biggest thing. 15 unanswered points. You can't even make a field goal.
Right, exactly. In the fourth quarter,
Yeah.
championship time, winning time, when you're a proven winner. Didn't
So-
happen. Not this week.
Down they go in defeat, boy. So
And, yep, up goes Bo Nix.
the game that I selected, I thought the Raiders were going to bounce back. I thought Pete Carroll would have his charges all ready to go. Gino would be coming back ready for Bear. Boy, was I wrong. But on the other hand, I said, I believe in the Colts.
Yeah.
I believe in Daniel Jones.
Mm-hmm.
And sure enough, boy. Well, the Raiders came out again to what we always say, that scripted. They go down. Defense, 3 and out. Then the offense took over, drive down the field, and kick a field goal. And that was it, pretty much.
But there's another field goal in there somewhere else, but that's it. I mean, that's it, and it's trouble. And from the start, I'm like, Geno Smith's your answer for how long? And Tom Brady's, plans for the Raiders for the future. Not like,
By the way,
yeah.
Kenny Pickett is in reserve there.
Oh, double gloves. Well, I mean, 2 more picks for Geno.
Yeah.
I mean, and he's really being hard on himself. And
One of them wasn't his fault, bouncing off a helmet, but the other one was into double coverage, boy.
Don't throw the ball into another player's helmet if you're a great quarterback. I'm not arguing with you. I'm in the philosophy an interception is always a quarterback's fault. Maybe 1% of the time it's not. It doesn't matter. You got to take blame for it.
Colts, on the
Accountability.
other hand,
6.
6 possessions, 6 touchdowns.
Yeah. So basically, they scrimmaged. The Colts scrimmaged. You can't, if you're a Colts fan, you can't look too much into this. But if you're going to play this game, you're going to want to win it this way. It's a good quote unquote bounce back. They played good enough against the Rams to win. They made mistakes.
Yep.
No mistakes this time. But easy to play against the Raiders and not make mistakes and force the Raiders to make mistakes. We'll see what they can do, the Colts being they, going forward, continuing to play well, forcing mistakes, and more importantly, not making mistakes.
The Raiders digress to 1-4, so the specter of trade bait rises, in my opinion, for the Raiders. I'm looking at Max Crosby.
Yeah, for sure.
Maybe going somewhere
Get what
else.
you can. Yep.
Give us a couple of picks.
He's doing you no good there for no reason. You give up 40 points to the Colts.
oh
A good
boy.
team, though. A good team. Yeah.
So, I mean, they're saying, hey, we got to shape it up ourselves. It ain't all on Coach Carroll there, boy.
A lot of it is.
Well, we have to find the missing link just to put it all together and just gel. It's a long season, man. It could be a historic run. We're talking about, what, 17 games? We're 1-4?
No problem.
Run the table.
You got him right where you want him, Coach Carroll. Yikes. Is it a 30-game season? No, it's a 17-game season. I mean, there is plenty.
Could happen.
A lot's going to happen. Okay, a lot's going to happen between now and Week 18, but not for the Raiders. Sorry. No, both.
Boy, another
Same.
team past fame that had a rough day.
Uh-oh.
The Texans.
Yeah.
Hosting the Ravens.
Ooh, man.
I should put in there demolishing the Ravens. Here we are in the first week of October. Are the Ravens done for the year?
I don't like to say they're done, but with the injuries they have at the positions those people are injured at, these are not fringe injuries. They are elite play. Well, they're top-level injuries, and even when those guys were healthy, they were losing. And then our poor guy Cooper Rush, who will always, I think, will always have a soft spot in our heart for Cooper Rush. They throw him to the into the Lions' den. Well, not the Lions' den, but the Texans' den, and he comes up with 3 interceptions and a pretty miserable performance. Derrick Henry can do nothing. This was a lot like the Colts beating the heck out of the Raiders. Very similar game. You can say this was one of our monsters coming into this season, our top picks for the Super Bowl. So
pre-injury.
Yeah, of course, and that's always the case. We always talk about that. Everything we say is predicated on health. Now, the health is not there, but even when it was, I have a feeling that crushing loss to the Bills all the way the heck back in week 1 when they had that massive 15-point lead and ended up losing that game the way they did, I think it affected things going forward. You can say one game, week 1, bounce back, get right, the injuries, but it seemed to affect their whole psyche. It's just not good. It's bad. It's a bad time to be a Raven, and this was rough. And we knew it was going to be a challenge.
Defense in franchise history at this point.
Something inside of me, I think, picked the Ravens to win. I can't even really remember how foolish I might have been to do such a thing. Maybe just wanting a great day for Cooper Rush, and then also noticing that the Texans have not been playing good football, even when they had opportunities to play teams where that would be considered as good or not as good as them. They weren't playing very well, but they put it together today. Stroud put it together for a near perfect day. That's to be expected against a really, really banged up defense.
They got the Rams next. Yikes.
That'll tell you a lot more than this one will.
Okay, so that could be 1-5 before we have maybe see a sight of Lamar Jackson back on the field, okay? So they'll be getting healthier. Some of those other players will come back. The Steelers, they're leading the AFC North, okay?
This is really,
Bengals and the Browns, not going to do anything. Is 9-8 a possibility for the Ravens to be the champions of the North?
I guess that's something to hold on to. If you're in the Ravens corporation / organization, you're a Ravens fan. If you're just a fan of football and you don't want to see a team run away at the Division too soon, you can hang on to that fact.
Buccaneers did it a couple years in a row, 9-8.
Yeah, it is a long season where you and I doing this show. You'd be hard pressed to get anybody to make any commitments now in week 5, 6. But it's looking really bad for the Ravens because even you get Lamar back, that's a hamstring thing.
Yeah,
I mean it could always represent itself, not represent itself.
Those things linger, boy.
But beyond that, a lot of the defensive guys they're counting on, you just don't know how long they're going to be gone. And Madubuike is not coming back this year, and being able to stop the run up the middle and put pressure on the quarterback from that position that kind of I'll call it the Jalen Carter position now.
Yeah.
It's not there. Concern is extremely high for the Ravens. Yeah.
Moving right along, we go on to game number 4. The Buccaneers of Tampa Bay.
This was
traveling to the other corner of our beautiful U.S. of A. up to Seattle.
Yeah.
And defeating the Seahawks. What a shootout this was, man.
Yeah.
One gets the touchdown, the other one gets it back and forth. 38-35, boy. And Baker Mayfield. Wow, what a team that he has there, boy. That they're never going to figure we're not out of it yet. We're not out of it yet, boy.
Yeah, and to me, the revelation in this game as I'm watching it and enjoying nearly every second of this game. Now, from a pure standpoint, what is it, 38-35 final score?
Yep.
I mean, that's not, you can consider that from a pure standpoint to be, an all-time classic. But from an NFL entertainment standpoint, it's juicy. But my revelation watching that is, holy cow, this rookie Egbuka.
My gosh. Mike Evans. Who?
But that's the thing, man. When Mike comes back and Godwin gets his footing,
how do you defend
that trifecta?
Yeah.
Bucky Irvin in the backfield, Baker Mayfield, the most confident quarterback in football, whether he deserves to be or not, I don't care. Don't tell him he's not the best quarterback.
On that one run, he gets tackled, he gets up, and gets right in the face of the tackler, boy. He starts barking at him as such. Look, get this, okay? 4-1 are the Bucks, okay?
Yeah.
Those 4 wins. By 3 versus Atlanta.
Yeah.
By 1 versus the Texans. By 2 versus the Jets. Lose by 6 to the Eagles. Win by 2 versus Seattle.
Yeah.
Never say die.
No, and they needed this win because you rack off. You talk about those other wins are not against great teams, and when you're building your resume for the second half of the season and then the tournament, what I like to see is I don't worry so much about losses, good or bad losses. I'm looking for good wins against solid teams that are tournament level teams. So they needed this one. They needed this one because those other wins aren't that great, and they were tenuous at best against teams that some of them haven't even won a game yet, and those are tenuous wins. This was critical to go on the road into Seattle and pull this one out in a shootout, a straight-up old-school NFL shootout.
I'm looking at this as a possible meetup of the NFC championship.
That's crazy, but not really.
Now, one of the things they showed a graphic of the wide receivers out of Ohio State that are currently in the NFL. While you look on the other side, Seattle, Jackson, Smith, and Jigba.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's another athlete. I talked at the beginning of the show about super plays. Mm-hmm. He's got his own litany of different catches.
Yeah, that's kind of fun to watch those guys go at it against each other. You know, those two Buckeyes go at it, like just lighting it up and just terrifically. And then I'll go back to just a quick game analysis. Not that it matters. Who cares how or why this game was won? It doesn't matter. It's just fun.
It's fun.
Just to be fair too. This is a game that Seattle should have won. I mean, really, when you look at all the statistics and all of the offensive ability, the efficiency, the scoring, it's all there. It all matches up. Third down conversions, time of possession, yards, it all matches up. The difference is 2 turnovers. 2 turnovers for the Seahawks in a 3-point game that the Buccaneers had to just scrape, claw, and fight and use every second to win that game. There's your difference right there. The interception by Darnold and that really, really just is not a very questionable call of having Milroe do that kind of pet pitch and then it not going well and then fumbling. Those 2 turnovers are the difference in the game. So if you're to Seattle, you're feeling it. You're not only are you feeling that loss and how it's going to affect you going forward, but how you lost. There's all the good things you can look at on film. Those 2 turnovers are the difference to me in the game, obviously.
Boy, and you're always looking for at least 3 points. Mm-hmm. For playing at home.
And there it is. And you go back to, again, being able to just even the balance was there for Seattle. 122 yards into the ground to just 56 for the Buccaneers. Buccaneers were really relying on Igbuka and Mayfield, and they came through, but it's because of the turnovers.
And then we come to Monday afternoon.
Yeah, no clunker either. No clunker
No,
there.
sir. Boy, everybody was pretty much expecting the Chiefs because traditionally the Jags have not been competition for the Chiefs.
Or anybody.
The last time they beat the Chiefs, 2009.
I was going to say, was it this century? Literally. It could have been in the 90s, but no, it was 2009.
2009,
yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, right?
But they didn't have no Trevor Lawrence in there. Now, Trevor has got his own yoke, so to speak, over his shoulders there that he said it himself when he came into the NFL. Mm-hmm. I'm a generational quarterback. I expect to win. Mm-hmm. Hadn't gone that way in the last couple of years. What is it, 3 years now? 4 years?
5 years into the league.
Wow, yeah. It's an expectation that rises every year.
Yeah.
Granted, you got to have everything else that go along with it, but I think he's moving into that realm now of top-tier quarterbacks.
I mean, it's, no one game defines a career, but you're getting to the point with Trevor Lawrence where this was a make or break game and opportunity. Is his 26th birthday last night too?
Happy birthday.
So yeah, blow out the candles on that one because this pushes him. He's not there, but it's getting to a point where it's like at some point you can't just keep doing the same thing over and over with Trevor Lawrence, and they signed him to that big contract like a year or 2 ago. So you are quote unquote stuck with him. So good for him. Really massive moment. He had his issues in this game, too. There were a couple of quarterback errors that kept the game close. I mean, that I understand. You get that close to the goal line, you want to score, but that you don't do that. You don't do that. You don't do that in the pros.
A perfect defensive play there.
Nick Bolton.
Just punched it right out.
One of the least talked about, most effective green dot players, you want to call those middle linebackers that kind of play safety. They can blitz out of that. Nick Bolton. I mean, and it was this close to passing the goal.
Yeah.
But you don't do that in the pros. It cost them. But can credit Patrick Mahomes for making up for it by throwing a 99-yard pick six.
Devin Lloyd, okay?
Devin Lloyd making noise.
He's the reigning AFC Defensive Player of the Week.
Keep your crown.
The AFC Defensive Player of the Month.
Maybe.
Okay.
He's on pace.
99-yard INT, boy.
It's not just the fact you were one, well, they weren't at the goal line, but they're throwing it around the goal line. So you're taking points off the board from yourself. You're giving up 6 plus 1 to 7, 6, 7. And not only that, it's 99 yards of it. These yards matter. These yards matter. You can almost treat it like a 99-yard pass, from Lawrence to somebody. It's just, it matters. Because if you're able to tackle them or something, at worst, you're forcing them to matriculate all the way down the field to do anything,
but
even get field position.
99, baby.
And boy, I tell you, it was not a clean 99. He had to make a couple moves in there. And
Patrick had a shot at him, didn't get him.
Didn't. There are a couple other guys.
Yeah,
and he made
Hunt,
couple
Kareem
little
Hunt,
moves in there. And he's not a cornerback. He's not small. He's not
I'm not
light.
sure. Was it Worthy who went out of bounds and down the sideline trying to catch him?
Yeah,
because he came speeding down.
Smith-Schuster came down there at the end too, and he had just enough. Lloyd had just enough to take it in. So some of these guys they've had around for a while. These guys, meaning the Jaguars, have had around for a while. Have been waiting to do something. Are doing things now.
Well, 9 turnovers last year that they accumulated as a team last year.
Yeah.
This year already 14.
Played a good game. Patrick had a good game. Scored a bunch of points. But look at this from an Andy Reid led team. 13 penalties for 109 yards.
Including at the very end of the game. Now, first, Buckner kicks it out of bounds. They go to the 40.
Yeah.
They get there, and then they kick it off to Kansas City. And first thing, holding penalty on the return, which was a good return. So they had to start things off at the 17-yard line.
And then also factor in the 1-2 where basically the Chiefs could have ended the game on defense, but pass interference in the end zone that kept that gave the Jacksonville Jaguars first and goal to make that go-ahead touchdown. And it clearly was pass interference. It was way early. Too many mistakes for the Chiefs. Big game for the Jaguars. They overcame their mistakes, which there were. There were mistakes there, but they overcame the massive win.
Coming out party somewhat for Hunter.
And for you, excellent pick. You picked a 24-22. You were pretty much right there. I know that you don't gamble because you live in Hawaii, but if you did, I hope you could take a day off and get a nice meal because you earned that one.
All right, coming close to the end of our show here. We got 5 shows for you to check out. One of them is
5
for
big games.
Our team. 2-2, 1 Cowboys at 2-3. Resurgent Panthers, I would say, John.
Yeah, it's not going to be easy, but I'm looking for the Cowboys to have the weirdest record after Week 6 of all time. 3-2-1. 3 wins, 2 losses, and a tie.
And your pick?
I think I like Carolina's defense, so I think Dallas is going to have to play well. I think it's just going to be they're going to be able to put up 24 points, and they're going to go. Our defense is going to show up against Bryce Young and only allow up 13. I'm going 24-13 Cowboys.
All right.
What do you got? What you like?
I will go
no way you're picking
32 for the boys.
Yeah.
And I like the Panthers myself too.
I know you love the Panthers.
I'm going to go 27 there.
That's fine.
Okay.
As long as we win.
I'm not
that's a hard one for you.
Convinced on our defense.
No, and why would you be? Yeah. But I know you like the Panthers and you love Dave Canellis. So thank you for sticking with the boys.
49ers 4-1 at 4-1 Bucks.
This is crazy. I don't want to see Brock Purdy out there. I want to see Mac Jones. I want to see what Mac Jones
People
can do.
People are talking already about that.
Hey, man, this Mac Jones guy, he can play quarterback. I didn't know that. I want to see. It doesn't matter. Purdy's fine, but I think he's compromised. So we'll see Mac Jones. If it's Mac Jones, Tampa Bay, I'm going to – man, it's hard to pick against San Fran. They're mustering up some wins, but I'm going to go – with the feel-good team of the year so far, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Oh, you're going to the Bucs.
Yeah, I'm going to the Bucs at home. And Baker Mayfield and Igbuka, 27-21 Tampa Bay.
All right, I'll go along the same lines, and I will go again 30 Burger 24.
That being said, San Francisco's been pretty magical this year with some of these wins, scraping them out with a lot of injuries. And again, they're questionable quarterbacks, so wouldn't be surprised.
4-1 Lions, fresh off a win at 2-3. Chiefs must win for the Chiefs at home.
Yeah, I think this is the game, and I'm glad. I'm looking at the slot there. This is your late game. It's a standalone game because I want to really pay attention to it. This is big. Casey's got to win this game, but the Lions are rolling, and you know what? Casey's going to be 2-4. I think the Lions are rolling right now, and they're feeling it.
So you're going to go with the Lions. Oh, this is another tough one for John
I'm
here,
going to
ladies and
hold
gentlemen.
you go, and I'm going to change my mind maybe. You
All
go.
right.
Tell me something. Help me.
With the Lions all the way. Goff
Yeah?
and their
You
defense,
are?
man. Yeah.
Yeah?
Another big one.
Yeah.
We'll
On the
stick
road,
with-
yeah?
In the 30, yeah.
Yeah.
30 for them. Again, playing at KC, so
30, yeah? Yeah. I mean,
28.
you know, I don't have a problem with that because if the Jacksonville Jaguars can put up the points they can, and Trevor Lawrence didn't look that much better than he ever has, then Goff guys can too. Goff guys can, Jared and the boys can do better than that. 31 points for the Lions. And then 29, a weird one. And it's that close. It's going to be weird at the end. Kansas City is going to scrap. They're fighting for their lives. Can you
Right.
imagine them being 2-4?
And the thing about it is, we truly believe they're going to be that close of ball games. Both teams are going to battle it out.
What would shock me is if the Lions go and just roll them up and just beat them up, roll them up, scoring them, don't let them score on an Andy Reid team. Like, you know, there's a lot of pride and there's still a lot of good players there. I mean, again, that game on Monday night was, you know, coulda, shoulda, woulda for them. But
There you go.
that would be the shock. Not the Lions winning is not shocking. The Lions rolling them would be shocking. And Aiden Hutchinson. Ooh, going after Patrick. I'm happy with my Lions pick.
3-2 Seahawks at 4-1 Jags. At home, the Jags again, 2 in a row at home.
I'm going to pick the team I want to win.
Okay.
I want Jacksonville to keep rolling. I want Jacksonville to be 5-1. I want Trevor Lawrence to be happy. I don't know. I'm going to pick them to win. I think their defense is going to come through and hold Seattle to just a mere 20 points. And 24 is going to be enough for Jacksonville. 24-20 against
I'll
Seattle.
stay on the Jag train there
Right?
and go
Why not?
27-26.
Hey, let's pick them close. It's more fun.
got
If
it.
we're picking the scores. Let's pick them close, right? I mean, do ball.
I believe in Sam Darnold as well, but
a
Cardinals
little bit.
2-3 at 4-1 Colts. Now the reason I picked
tell
the
me why you like
Cardinals
this. Yeah.
is they have the opposite of the Buccaneers in that the fact they have lost all 3 games of themselves this year by 1 score possessions.
Yeah, they've got some human resources issues there too. A big story this week is after the another one of those. I'm going to throw the ball out of the back of the end zone before I score plays. You know, they gave up a fumble when they're supposed to score, and Coach Gannon went crazy and actually made physical contact with the
it's a
player.
no-no.
It's not just yelling in his face on TV, but he hit him twice and he took a swipe at him. We'll see if they can overcome that. I don't think so. I don't even think they're very good. And as crazy it is, I mean, I think Daniel Jones is going to outplay Kyler Murray. Daniel Jones has been playing good enough. They're on a run. They're at home. They've got more to win. Arizona's Arizona. I'm going to take the Colts, putting up a good another 27 points, and Arizona they're only going to put up 13 points, and it's going to look this could be big trouble for Coach Gannon.
Well, I'm going to go with the Colts all the way, big time again. I'll go 31 for them, and Kyler and the Cards 17.
Yeah, we're not predicting a close one. That one, we're not going to say it's going to be a fun game to watch. It's just going to be important for the Colts. And then what we have there is inadvertently we've got the Colts keeping pace with the Jaguars, and maybe both coming out 5-1 and keeping that division nice and juicy.
Yeah.
I like that. Let's keep it tight.
Maybe 2 from that division in the playoffs. We shall find out.
Yeah. Is there another one, or is that 5? We got 5.
That is 5.
Beautiful.
So
Yeah.
there you go, another 5 for you to check out.
Check 'em out.
Thank you very much for tuning on in to Coulda, Shoulda, Woulda. Sports at Naleo.tv. Send on in your question, comments. All right, John.
Yeah.
Another week behind us and looking forward to it. Next week, we'll also take a look at, that's pretty much 5 games.
Something to look at. Yeah.
We'll see how progresses. We put it into thirds, right? 6 games kind of thing. All right.
So barely enough time for me to recover from this week to enter into next week a nice slate of games. So I'm gonna take just one of those ice baths and recover.
There we go. Until we meet again, we bid you a fond aloha.
Ahui ho.